All right. 3 snaps for 3 videos on this situation. I don't know if you could even call it that, ASMR. I'm going to teach you guys how you find tech in video games. And this is actually a good example of this, actually, because I want you to pay attention to something that this guy says. I normally don't address these things since I'm being harassed. Oh, fuck. Let's stop there. He's a Karen. The guy's probably never been harassed in his life if he thinks it's harassment that I just was like, man, this isn't new. And I just rolled my eyes. I didn't even mention the guy in the video, did I? I mean, his name was there, but I didn't like call him out. I didn't say he was evil. I just kind of laughed at the retardedness, basically. I've never watched your clips from the beta. The examples shown in your videos were being done by season 2 by Tachikawa. Well, I don't know anything about that, but even that's 2 years after the beta, so who gives a fuck? Anyway, he's trying to say it's completely different, but it's not. He's an idiot. Flying kick loops or links are not fucking new. Like, get over yourself. But he's apparently never watched my videos or some shit like that, right? And then I want to show this, and this is relevant because I'm going to teach you guys how I'm able to find stuff, right? And you got these guys, Clayton is known for has a huge ego, and he's toxic as fuck. Clayton is conceited, a narcissistic nutcase, blah, 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 blah. And there was some comment, I guess maybe they deleted it, you know what I mean? But some guy's like, oh, you're running away to Japan, or you ran away to Japan, whatever, blah, 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 blah. So let's get that out of the way. And let me just tell you guys once again why as we look at the peaceful Pikachu of peace, why I'm the one that is able to find everything in video games faster than everyone else. And that's once again because I don't have an ego. And I've said it before. How was I able to find everything in Dragon Ball Z Fighters? Because when a game is brand new, when you don't know anything about a game, everything is of value. No one is the quotation marks best when a video game first comes out. Now, we might assume someone will probably be good at a game. That's, fair to say. But no one is technically the best, right? The game is brand new. Everything is of value. Even the scrubs, quotation marks. That's why I knew how everything was going to work in Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Because I'm so egotistical, so narcissistic, that, do you know what I did? And I said before, I didn't watch the good quotation marks people play. I watched the scrubs. So I could figure out how every fucking move worked and then put the pieces of the puzzle together. So this actually proves this guy doesn't watch my videos. So this guy thinks he's a tech lord and thinks he's found something, and he doesn't watch the #1 guy who has found more stuff in every fighting game than everyone else ever. He won't watch their videos. I don't think you're a very good tech lord if you are so narcissistic, which you must be. You might. It's like, do you get what I'm getting at? The real ones that have a huge ego and are huge narcissists are the ones that think they automatically know everything. Right? I mean, is that not true? I'm able to find all this shit in video games because I'm willing, when a game is brand new, to watch people that quotation marks suck. Because maybe they're going to look at the different properties of the moves. Dragon Ball Z, you're watching all these people that were supposedly good, and were they winning? Yeah, some were, of course. But they weren't actually trying the new properties of the game. They weren't exploring the game. So what I did is I watched people mash on buttons. I watched people that were scrubs, because at least then I could see the properties of the moves. And then another thing that I say how you can figure out how games work is you play a broad spectrum of video games. You can play the 3D game. You can play the Street Fighter, the Guilty Gear, the poverty fucking anime game, SNK game, whatever the fuck it might be. I'm not saying all SNK games are poverty games, but the point is, if you have a wide base of knowledge, or if you're not like so tunnel vision, you know what I mean? If you, go out and just say, even in real life, you know what I mean? You go get to know different people, different personalities, whatever it might be, whatever situation, you learn a new hobby. Maybe you can then take a piece of that puzzle or knowledge that you found somewhere else, and you can then apply that knowledge to your new endeavor. You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck, maybe I was in let's say I'm traveling, I'm in a different country. and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing or some shit like that. But then I'm like, oh fuck, I remember something happened like this in a different country, so maybe this is applicable here, whatever the fuck it might be. Same thing for a video game, right? That's why it's like, oh, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Well, I'm like, it's a fighting game. And then I took my knowledge of playing Arc System Works games before, knowing how they work, you know what I mean? And I applied that knowledge to Dragon Ball Fighter Z on top of all my other knowledge of playing all these different fighting games throughout these different years. And I applied that on the knowledge of watching these scrubs play so I knew the properties of the moves and I put it all together. Right? It's not that simple, or not that complicated. I mean, sorry, I'm getting confused. It's simple, right? It's not that complicated, right? I'm getting, I'm looking, I'm actually, you know what I'm doing? I'm actually looking at the Pikachu's face and how fucking stupid it is, right? Um, so yeah, dude, I just gotta laugh. Like, I wish I had a webcam again. I don't have a webcam right now, so you could see me laughing. These people, they're the ones that are so mad, and it's like clockwork, right? These guys are more mad than me, right? It's like, oh shit, Clayton proved us wrong again. We better talk about how he's so evil, he's so toxic, all this kind of shit. Dude, the biggest narcissists are you guys here. That you thought you found all this stuff, that you thought you're the tech lord, whatever. And you were so egotistical and narcissistic about it that you didn't want to watch the number one guy who has put out more tech than everyone else in this fucking game because I must be evil. I mean, who's really narcissistic here? And that's why I've always said before, how many times before I put out a new video do I ask people, I'm like, is anyone doing anything new? Is anyone doing anything new? Because I want to know like what the competition is, so to speak, or what we're working with here, because I don't want to put out something new if it's not new, right? I'm not so egotistical that I'm gonna be like, oh, hey, this is new, you better jack me off. When you can just look it up, oh, that's not new. I'm not so insecure that I have to get jacked off that, oh, please tell me this is new, mommy, daddy, whatever the fuck it is, right? Please tell me it's new. Give me the gold star for doing nothing, right? It's like that one phrase, we stand on the shoulder of giants, so to speak, right? You know what I mean? I've stood on the shoulder, so to speak, of the scrubs for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. The people that were willing just to mash on buttons, people that just wanted to have fun with the game, that weren't worried about being the best at Dragon Ball Fighter Z in the beta. They just wanted to play the game and they mashed on buttons. And because of that, I then applied my knowledge of playing all these different fighting games and I applied that knowledge, right? Who's the one that's really egotistical and narcissistic, right? So anyway, I've always say it's easy actually, to figure out how games work if you're not so conceited that you don't automatically think you know everything, right? You know what I mean? Like, very bizarre, dude. And then, of course, like I say, play a variety of games. Play a variety of games, because even though, a fighting game is inevitably, I guess if it's not Smash or something, but, two characters, you know what I mean? Background, some music, right? You know what I mean? But some fighting games, they have their difference. So you apply this knowledge here, apply this knowledge here, whatever, you know what I mean, to then the new endeavor that you want, be a well-rounded, versed tech lord or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So anyway, that's why so many of my haters never do anything because you guys automatically think you are the best when you've never done anything. That's why you're not doing anything because you think you know it all. You're so egotistical that which I find it very hard to believe. Oh, the guy doesn't watch my videos. Come on, are you sure? But that's why, you guys aren't the ones finding everything because you automatically assume you're the best for doing nothing. No wonder you never find anything. And every time you get called out, you got to make up a story about, oh, it must be, Clay must be evil. He must be narcissistic. I'm just fucking better than you. That's all, dude. I mean.